According to legend, when demons awaken from the darkness and turn the world into a living hell, the goddess of fate will select 6 heroes, and these 6 will be given the power to save the world. Always, it is only 6 that are chosen. And for this reason, they are known as the Braves of the 6 Flowers.
Betting for the semifinals will end in 10 minutes.
Welcome, one and all. The ritual tournament semifinals will now be held before the great King of Piena and his people. To the west, the stalwart captain of the Royal Guard, Batual Rainhawk of Piena, nation of prosperity's source. To the east, representing the Red Bear Mercenaries, Quatokine of Tommaso, nation of verdant green. Listen well, warriors. This duel is unlike any you have fought before. This match is held before the great King of Piena and the Goddess of Fate, who protects the world and its peace. For honor, you will have a fair fight. The victor will battle Princess Nashatanya, winner of the last tournament. A coward does not have the right to face her. Hit all of your strength against one another to determine which of you is...
Coming through? Excuse me, guys.
Who are you?
My name would be Adlet Meyer, and I am... the strongest man in the whole world!
Who is he?
Listen up, everybody, because we are changing the rules today. It's like this. Both of you will fight me, Adlet, the strongest man in the world.
Your impudence goes too far.
Hey, get rid of this annoying little fool, would ya?
Let the battle begin! Nice, still standing.
Water?
The sheer arrogance! What the...
Damn trickster! Not so fast!
Sorry. That really hurts, doesn't it? Your shoes, well, that's what happens when they're made of cloth. Hey, did you see that? Guess I win the semifinals! My name is Adlet Meyer, the strongest man in the world! You hear that, Goddess of Fate? If you don't choose me to be one of the 6 Braves, you're...
Arrest them! that man now! You don't feel remotely bad about it, do you? That was a holy tournament you ruined in front of the king. I'll never forgive you for this.
Huh? Perfect, I found you! You're Adlet, right?
And who are you then?
I saw the way you fought the guards at the tournament grounds. I was so impressed. And now, I'm your biggest fan in the world. Please, let's shake.
Wow, you're a weird maid.
Your heart is pounding, isn't it? Are you uncomfortable talking to girls?
No way! The strongest man in the world can handle anything.
But your face is bright red. I'm so glad I came. I decided that I wanted to learn more about who you are. Can we talk for a little while? Is that okay?
Adlet Meyer, age 18. Nation of the White Lakes. My master's name is Atro Spiker.
He's Atro Spiker?
At 10, I left my homeland and everything I had to go and train with him there. I lived in the mountains for a long time, spending every hour training to defeat the demon god. The fighting technique that he taught me was designed for that purpose, and that purpose alone. I will do whatever it takes to succeed.
That was really interesting. I think I've heard the words "the strongest in the world" enough to last a lifetime.
Because it's an undeniable fact that I am the strongest man in the world.
Remember, you haven't yet beaten Princess Nashitanya, the Saint of Sword.
No, I was hoping she would show up at some point, but I guess not. Oh well, I'm much better than she is anyway.
There are lots of strong people all over the world.
Of course there are, but I know for a fact that there's no fighter out there stronger than I am.
What makes you think that's true?
It's simple. I just know that there's no one else stronger anywhere, and that's all there is to it.
Really? You believe that?
The Goddess of Fate knows it too. Now I just need to make sure that the Demon God and the rest of the world learn that.
At least you have a lot of confidence going.
Because it's the truth and nothing but.
I guess that makes sense.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, I guess so.
What did they do about the tournaments?
Oh, well, they decided to go ahead and hold the match again yesterday. Kwato beat Batual by a hair in the semis, and Nashitanya destroyed him in the final round.
Wait, Nashitanya?
Sorry, I should have said the princess.
The old guy was really the better one of the two.
They said his shoulder was injured pretty badly when you threw him.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad about that.
Hey Adlet, why is it you think that you're the strongest in the entire world?
Because that is the simple fact. And if I'm the strongest in the world, I will most definitely be chosen as one of the 6 Braves.
So what you're saying is that you know you'll be one of the Braves of the 6 Flowers?
Oh yeah. Everything I've trained for has been to defeat the Demon God.
So you came here to Piana to enter the tournament?
That's right. You know about the Saint of the Single Flower, don't you?
Of course. Every single person in the country learns that story.
A young maid, too?
Oh yes, even a maid. A millennium ago, a terrible demon appeared on this continent. It was called the Demon God, and it quickly began attacking people. Everywhere it went, it would kill, and then split its enormous body, creating new demons called fiends that left nothing but death and destruction behind them. The armies of the Eternal Empire Rohane were all defeated as the attacks continued. The Empire was destroyed, the royal family slain, towns and villages burned off the map. Surrounded by the devastation, The people despaired and accepted their fate. Then suddenly, a saint appeared before their eyes. They saw her bearing a blossom, so they called her the Saint of the Single Flower. And when she appeared, there was a prolonged battle. The saint drove the demon god to the continent's west edge, where she at long last defeated him. But upon her return, she said, "The demon god is not dead. Someday it will awaken from its slumber and turn this world into a living hell." And then she prophesied, when the demon god finally awakens, 6 heroes will appear, bearing my power within them. And with that power, they will drive the demon god back into slumber, restoring peace to the world.
To bear the battle's weight, those wishing to be chosen as heroes must prove their might in the temples of the Goddess of Fate, built by the Saint of the Single Flower. After proving their strength and honor by their victories, a special mark of 6 flower petals will appear on their bodies.
And so, because of that, the people call them the Braves of the 6 Flowers. 700 years ago, they came. That was the first time in history that the 6 Braves came to us. The Hero King Volmer, the Bow Saint Bana, the Fire Saint Pulka, the Ice Saint Sunimur, the Sun Saint Emi, and the Nameless Warrior Anji. Then the Demon King Zofrare appeared at the demon god's side. At long last, the heroes succeeded in delaying Zofrare and defeating the demon god. And then, 300 years ago, the 6 Braves appeared again, rising to challenge the demon god. The Blade Saint Mari, the Time Saint Hayuha, the Lightning Saint Melrania, the Sword Saint Bodol, the Wind Saint Roy, and the Salt Saint Manyakam. Though some of their number were lost in battle, they were successful in sealing the demon god in.
It's been 300 years since their last revival. And in the last 10 years, many fiends have come out of hiding and appeared on the continent.
A crack has appeared in the prophecy jewel, and the crystal that tells of demons is cloudy. I believe the demon god will likely revive within a year.
And that means it won't be long at all before I'm chosen to be one of the 6 Braves. Then I'll put the demon god in his place.
Do you know the knight Matora Wichita of the Yellow Fruits country?
Yeah, in name at least. He's a young genius knight. He's the best in the world with a bow.
Fudelka of the Golden Sands, and Dasare, the Saint of Ice.
Something happened to them?
They were killed.
Fiends?
Probably.
They're killing potential Braves before the demon god's revival. But that's not possible. There's no way the fiends should have been able to kill them that easily.
You should stay here and rest until your wounds heal. This prison's heavily guarded, so don't get any ideas.
Oh, I'm sure it is if even a maid can sneak in.
I'm sorry. I really should go before they get mad. Well, they're sure to be pretty mad at me anyway, but they could be even madder.
If you see the princess, give her a message. You're sure to be chosen as one of the 6 Braves. I look forward to the day we fight together side by side, okay? Hey, what's the matter?
Nothing, so don't worry. I'll tell her.
Whatever.
You're strong, but your brains are really not there.
Something's killing the Braves. Apples?
Adlet Meyer, you are sentenced to imprisonment. The length is indefinite.
Am I supposed to protect myself with this thing? Maybe it's time to escape now. What do I think?
What's that voice?
Fiends are on the way!
Look at the sky!
Is it the sun rising?
No, look there! It's coming from the direction of Gwenbyre!
And the land of howling demons. This is not at all good.
Your Highness!
The demon god is coming.
The crest of 6 flowers? No. It's small, so what gives? Probably just seeing things. Yep. Yeah. Hey, you! Anyone here? Listen, I'm one of the braves of the 6 flowers!
Highness, why are you here?
Batual, I'm in a hurry. Don't bother me, please. Allow me to introduce myself. Nashatanya Lue Piana Agustra, the Crown Princess of Piana, and the current generation Saint of Blades. And like you, I am chosen as one of the 6 braves.
Well, I'm Adlet Meyer, Princess. Strongest man in the world.
Impossible!
Well then... to get going. I shall accompany you. Our time is limited.
Okay.
Goodbye. This way.
Oh, you're well prepared, aren't you?
Yes.
Princess! You haven't had your audience with His Highness!
Or set up the embarkation!
Princess!
Good horses!
They couldn't catch us, not even if they tried. Shall we head west?
First, we should head to my hideout. Then we need to go to Gwenbyre, the country of Iron Hills. The peninsula at its far end is...
The land of howling demons.
The rule is that those chosen as the 6 braves gather at the entrance to the land of howling demons.
And that's where we'll meet them.
Yeah, I can hardly wait. This is gonna be great.
Yes.
Let's go.
Do you think they've stopped following us yet?
They've probably given up, honestly. We'll be out of Piena and into Fandine soon. Yeah!
Wow! It's so pretty!
Yeah, it is. Is this the first time you've seen an orchard?
Yes! I grabbed one! Ooh,
Are you kidding?
that's good! Thanks for having that!
Is this really that much fun?
Yes! When I was still a child, I was certain that fruit grew on plates, and I knew nothing of farms and fruit trees.
Huh? As expected, Piano Princess.
Huh? Are those carrots?
Wait, you eat carrots raw too? What a pain.
Amazing, right? And this is something else I can do.
You use the power of a god for that?
Hey, Adlet. Does this mean you've never met a saint before?
Oh, sure I have, of course. There was one I used to know. I always thought she was such a weirdo because she wasn't at all happy she'd become a saint.
Even though she'd been chosen to inherit the power of a god?
Well, there are plenty of others that really want it, but can't have it.
Does that include you?
What are you saying? Why would the strongest man in the entire world be jealous of any saints? Anyway, the only ones who can ever become saints are women. Maybe God just likes women more than he likes men.
Well, in that case, I promise I'll make good use of the powers I've been granted. Sort of like this, Adlet.
What in the hell? What are you doing?
Stop! Just dodge them. Should be easy for you.
Hey, knock it off!
I'm sorry. I got too involved.
You sure did.
Are you angry with me?
You bet I am. Completely.
I do apologize. The thing is, I just sort of do things. The maids get mad at me all the time. My father ignores me as well. Is a girl like me destined to be a bother to everyone no matter where she goes?
Well, no. I'm sure you're not.
Did you really think I was feeling sad just now? You actually bought that, Adlet? Don't worry, I am not that easy a target, I promise you that. Huh? Don't be mad at me, come on. I was only playing with you.
Yeah, no kidding.
I've got a calm disposition normally. I'm just acting silly because I'm having fun.
Look, we left our lives behind to fight the demon god. Do you understand that?
Absolutely. I'll calm down pretty soon. It's just that all of this is totally new. The problem is I can't seem to contain myself.
What do you mean? What's new?
Traveling and spending time with someone like you, of course. Six years ago, there was a terrible civil war in Piena. Did you know that?
I was in the mountains, spending my time training.
Everyone blamed my father for having caused that war. So now he's just a puppet stripped of his power.
I guess the Prime Minister holds all the power?
Yes. My mother and older brother are gone now, and I'm the only royal family member left. I know that I've got a few distant relatives in other countries, but there's a problem.
They don't want an outsider who could spark another civil war, right?
Someone I can talk to on equal terms. Someone I know I can honestly tell what I'm thinking and feeling. You're the very first one, Adlet.
Just so we're clear, I'm only treating you as an equal because we're both braves.
That's good enough for me. All I need...
It's cold at night. Use that when you sleep.
Okay.
We'll be sleeping outdoors every now and then. Suppose a princess like you probably isn't used to the hard ground.
Oh, don't worry. I'm okay with it. During the Civil War, my own father ordered my execution. But that was well before I became the Saint of Blades. I was forced into hiding for a really long time. Back then, all I dreamed of was a night where the entire world was at peace. And I could sleep without having to fear death. If I could take away everyone's fears and bring ease to their hearts like that, it wouldn't bother me how often I would sleep on the hard ground. I can do that much.
We leave early tomorrow. Get some sleep, okay?
Right.
You got up early.
Hey, good morning. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
It's such a peaceful and quiet place. Even though the demon god has already awakened.
It'll only stop being peaceful if we should lose this fight.
That makes sense. Let's do our best.
Oh, yeah.
6 months ago, Goldoff left on a journey to find the Brave Killer.
Goldoff Aora. Isn't he the leader of Piena's Blackhorn Knights?
The last message we got from him read only, "No clues." In the past 6 weeks, there's been no word from him.
The killer might have gotten him.
Not possible. Goldoff is the strongest knight in our army.
But during last year's tournament, I recall he was taken out in the final round. You brought him down and won the fight.
He went easy on me in the final seconds of combat. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. So I made him promise that he would live until I proved myself and atone for that humiliation. No, he won't die on me. He cannot die. Hopefully.
I can't tell if you have any faith in the guy or not.
That's so unfair. He's extraordinarily strong and I trust him. But he's only gonna be 16 this year and that's way too young.
Well, we're only 18. It's not like we can cast any aspersions. Have other victims been reported?
I don't think so. Maybe?
You sure of anything?
Something else happened about a month ago. The Sun Saint Ryura vanished without any warning.
Ryura? The Ryura? I heard in her youth she destroyed an enemy castle with scorching heat rays that came down from the sky.
Yes, Ryura is endowed with great power. There is no question of that.
But now, well, she's too old to be a potential brave. The Brave Killer wouldn't be coming after her.
So you see what we're dealing with. I'm not sure if reporting it is the idea that's best.
Doesn't matter. We'll get this Brave Killer eventually.
Eventually?
We'll fight them sooner or later. No question on that. Once we're over this bridge, we'll be in Gwenbyre, the country of Iron Hills.
And then beyond that, howling demons.
Let's hurry up. It took 10 days for us to get here.
Yes.
They're gonna make their moves soon.
Huh?
For sure they'll want to knock us out before we meet with any of the other Braves. One of the last 6 was killed that way.
You know a lot about it.
My master drilled into me everything there is to know about fiends. Their species, life cycles, weak points, even their probable actions. Listen, Nashatanya. Nashatanya!
Yes?
What's up? A little nervous?
No.
Calm down. Otherwise, you'll be useless when the battle really starts.
Yes, you're right. So far, we haven't encountered any fiends. I'm not...
Just laugh.
Huh?
Yeah, you heard me. Chuckle a little bit.
That's impossible. My hands just won't stop shaking. I couldn't laugh. No way.
Have you calmed down?
Yes.
Good. That's the very first thing my master taught me. Laugh at danger.
You must have had a teacher of some ability.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh. What's the matter?
We tried to run! We tried before the fiends came!
Fiends came and attacked us while we were running away. We left our friends and younger child behind.
Nashatanya, come on!
Right.
Is it a trap? It's possible that we're the ones targeted here. But we don't have a choice. The strongest man in the whole world won't leave villagers to a fate like that! All right, let's go, Nashatanya!
Yes!
I'll slow them down. Then you finish them off! Good job!
Whoa, I'm impressed. He's really summoning the fiends by using a flute?
Yeah, that was perfect! Hey, hard to believe this was your first fight.
No, it was thanks to you, Edlid. That was my first time, so you sent me to the back, right?
Simply sending you to the right spot.
Yes. As we go on, I'll try to be useful as well.
I'm counting on you, Princess.
Right.
Is there anyone else who failed to make it out, ma'am? Someone was left behind.
Yes, a traveling girl stayed in our village by herself.
Where are you going?
I'm going to get a girl who was left back in the village. Stay here and protect these people.
Then we won't make it. After all, there's only the two of us. And in the end, some people are still gonna die. I'm sorry, but we really need to keep moving.
We defeat the demon god, or we save the people. I know that doing both seems impossible to you.
It hurts me to say it. The truth is that right now our job is to find the other Braves as soon as possible and defeat the demon god.
I understand. I'm going! Don't worry! I'm the strongest man in the whole world!
What? What does that mean?
Stop the demon god, and rescue the people. Doing both is just what makes me the strongest man in the whole world.
Damn, there's more of them!
That thing's huge. Huh? What's that? Whoa, an iron ball. Bullet crossbow? Gunpowder. No way. That traveling girl wasn't left behind.
Please don't worry. I found them. Fiends are only dangerous to humans. Go and live in peace. And... you are?
You, like dogs?
I do like dogs. I don't much like humans, though.
I kinda like them both. Oh.
Who are you? If you came here to take my life, you won't succeed.
Don't shoot! Adlet Meyer, I'm a good guy. See, I'm one of the 6 Braves, just like you.
I see. My name is Flamey Speeddraw.
So, Flamey, would you consider putting that thing down?
No way.
Hey! Not good!
Answer my question. Have you come here to kill me, or not?
I said the 2 of us are Braves!
That's why I ask. So... Not him.
I, Goldov Aura, while delayed, come to the aid of the Princess Nashatanya, as my duty dictates.
Of course you do. If I was chosen as a brave, there's no way that you could not also be, right?
I am honored beyond words. And I shall protect you, Your Highness. If need be, I shall lay down my life.
Goldov, look.
Your Highness.
We're both Braves of the 6 Flowers. We're equals, comrades. So from now on, we protect each other.
But my princess, you are special. Not the slightest danger can be allowed to befall you.
All right, I get it now. You're correct. By the way, Goldov, what developments can you report?
I have not found her yet, but I have found a critical clue to her identity. I now know the name and appearance of the Brave Killer.
That's excellent work. Share it right now.
The Brave Killer is a white-haired girl with a gun. And her name is Flamey.
Tell me, Goldov, do you have any developments to report?
I have not found her yet. The Brave Killer is a white-haired girl with a gun. And her name
Not
is
good.
Flamey.
Adletmeyer, we've never met, but I've heard your name before. The cowardly warrior from the tournament earlier. You are a scumbag known to all contestants.
Hold up. I'm the strongest man in the whole world. Using all the tools I have to win isn't spineless. I'm most certainly not a coward. A coward couldn't call himself the strongest man. So don't point your gun at me.
Where are your companions?
Around here somewhere is Nasha Tanya. She's the princess of Piena as well as the Blade Saint.
Oh. Tell Nasha Tanya and anyone you meet along the way. My name is Flamey Speeddraw, the Saint of Gunpowder.
Gunpowder Saint?
Don't expect me to go with you. I will fight against and defeat the demon god on my own. Leave me alone, and I'll stay out of your way. Do not interfere. Say those exact words. You have the skills to do that, don't you?
Huh? What are you talking about? Come back! Wait a minute! Damn it all. Where are you, Flamey? That grass. This way. Yeah, you're mine. Over there, huh? Damn it. She really knows how to take off. What's this girl's problem? Gotcha, Flamey.
He's closing in. How could he, from that distance?
That is enough!
Wait. How were you able to catch up? Why did you come here?
I don't know.
If you follow me any further, I'll shoot you.
Knock it off, you idiot! Look, the demon god isn't gonna be killed like that! If the six of us don't work together, we're gonna lose! Then humanity will have had it!
If you're asking for proof I can do this by myself, I'll let you have it.
Why are you going it alone? Why don't you want to meet the others as well?
If I do, I'll be killed. That is certainty, not fear.
Not at all. You'd be among allies there. What's the reason the Six Braves would try that?
The options are... hear the reason, we kill each other. Or don't hear it, we kill each other. Or... turn and walk away for good. If I tell you the reason, you will try to kill me. I'll fight the demon god on my own. You can do whatever you want to do. But I never want to see you again.
All right.
What are you doing?
I am doing just what I want to do.
Are you mocking me? Or just a fool?
I'm gonna go with you.
Huh?
You'd better kill me in one shot. Or I'm running off with all your stuff, and I promise I'll get away with it.
Hand them over now.
My master taught me everything you need to know about using guns. Their biggest weakness is that you can't use them without bullets or gunpowder. Right. If you try to steal them back, I'll chase you again. You know you can't escape, don't you? I don't know your situation, but you're going to the land of howling demons, where the demon god and its fiends wait. And you say that you'll be killed if the other Braves see you.
What of it?
The strongest man in the whole world isn't the type to leave a friend hanging when they're in trouble. So, I've decided to save you, no matter what it's gonna take.
Knock it off right now.
Don't whine. Come on, let's go.
I don't believe this guy. What is he after? Who is he? What is he? Goldov, look! There! Send it back to me!
You're not injured, are you, my princess?
All good.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good boy.
Hey, what's that?
A note.
Nasha Tanya, I saw another of the 6 Braves. I'm going after her. Forget about me. Head to our destination.
Do you know who it's from, Highness?
Adlet Meyer, I assume.
I know that name.
The tournament. Guess you heard what went on. Hey, don't make that face. He's someone you can count on.
After abandoning you and running off, I'm sure.
Which way did he go? I worry about him a lot. Hope he's all right.
Rainhawk told me everything. Not only did he behave in a cowardly manner at the tournament, he deceived and kidnapped you, princess.
Adlet is a good person, Goldov. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll get along just great. I'm so happy that I left the palace for this adventure. If I had stayed, I don't think I would ever have met anyone as interesting and mysterious as Adlet is.
Of course, princess.
And there's one more thing. He's such an easy target to tease.
I'm sorry, princess, but...
What is it?
Do you and Adlet, do the two of you have a...
What'd you just say? I can't hear. Talk louder. It's not that long since I saw you last, but I think you've gone through some changes.
I'm sorry, Your Highness. Please forget I said anything.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm very serious about protecting you. Do you understand me? Like it or not, you're one of us, and the 6 Braves should stick together.
Shut up and keep walking. You're getting on my nerves. How did this come about?
You know, my master said guns were invented about 30 years ago, when someone got the idea to make a miniaturized cannon. But they took forever to load and hit about as hard as a baby. And apparently, you can't use them against fiends. But your gun there has taken out a lot of fiends, hasn't it? Either someone finally made a gun that can defeat fiends, or that's what makes you the Saint of Gunpowder. I have to say, that's a new one on me. Saint of Gunpowder? Where's your temple? If you have any extra, I could use some for my explosives. Are you ever gonna answer? I'm starting to think that this is personal.
You know, you are pushy and you're rash. A fool with no self-control. If you're worried about Nashitanya, why not go back?
No need. I'm not even that concerned for her, honestly. At least not when it's compared to my concern for you.
I didn't think Nashitanya would be chosen as one of the six. You and her can't expect too much of this generation's braves.
Yeah, hey, come on, that's not fair. Nashitanya is green and inexperienced, but she's a true warrior.
You arrogant... She's green and inexperienced?
Compared to me, the strongest man in the whole world, that goes for everyone, okay? You know you can always rely on the world's strongest man, right?
You're a lost cause. I have a request of you.
And what's that?
Eventually, you and I will try to kill each other. When you do, just go easy on me, will you? Cut into me if you really think you have to. But don't finish me off totally.
What kind of request is that? Let's try that one again and... this time, ask if we can fight together as braves.
I thought even a fool like you would listen to a small request like that. I can't die until I defeat the demon god with my own hands.
The land of howling demons. Where the continent and peninsula collide. That's where we all meet up.
You and the others perhaps, but not me.
Look at that color. That's the demon god's poison, huh?
Any human who touches it dies within a day. The six braves are protected by fate's blessing, so they can negate its effects and pass through unimpeded.
I know. If it weren't for that, we could just march an army in and be over and done. That fortress there. I'm worried about it. Let's go. Come on, hurry it up! Why did it suddenly get so damn hot here? Tell me, is this area supposed to have weather like this? Do you know anything?
If any of the other braves are inside, I'll run.
Understood. Hey! Are any of the six braves inside of that gate?
Who goes there?
Hey, I'm Adlet Meyer. Six braves guy.
Afraid you missed them. The other Braves all arrived 2 days ago and left before you got here.
So you're safe.
Brave of the Six Flowers, you are most welcome here. Is this your traveling companion?
Oh no. She's another brave.
That's even better. Private First Class Lauren of the Gwenbire Army. Pleased to see you here today. I'm in command of this fortress.
Oh, you are?
Yes. They're dead. All of them. The general, the captains. Only a few other soldiers and I survived the attack. We have something here that's necessary to protect at all costs. Even if it means our very lives, we must not falter.
A thing you have to protect.
That's right. The king of Gwenbire, in his wisdom, prepared something for the Six Braves in the event of the demon god's revival. Most of the fiends have come to this continent in order to fight the Six Braves before they can reach him. Possibly you may have already fought some as well. After all, their goal is to wipe you out. You'll be seeing a lot of them. This may interest you.
No kidding.
Come, it's this way. Over here. The king secretly developed a method to seal off the peninsula after the Six Braves enter the land of howling demons. With the power of the Fog and Illusion Saints, as well as the Salt Saint, he erected a powerful barrier. It sealed the fiends in the forest, trapping them as long as needed. Its name is the Phantasmal Barrier,
The phantasmal barrier.
Let me give you more detail. Fiends cannot cross the water. Once we seal this circle, many of the fiends will be trapped in here. Fewer to fight means a smoother journey for you. Once it has been set to go, the area will be shrouded in fog. It will be impossible to enter or leave the fog after that. There is a temple here that's required to activate the barrier. It's surrounded by defensive walls crafted by the Saint of Salt. The fiends will be unable to destroy it. The Saint of Mountains, Mora, is standing by there until it's time to make our move.
Mora? The All Heavens Temple priestess was picked as a brave too?
Yes. She visited this fortress 2 days ago with the others. Once all have gathered, Mora is going to inform us so we are aware. When the signal is confirmed, we will then head to the temple and activate the barrier. But if the fiends can defeat us here, before the 6 Braves can gather, we'll send a signal instead. One of you must go to the temple and activate the barrier.
So, one brave won't be able to enter the land of howling demons with the rest. But I'm guessing Mora decided in the end that was an acceptable loss.
Yes. Please look at this. This is a replica, but in the temple there is an identical altar. To activate the barrier, simply place the sword into the slot, put your hand on the slate, and say "Rise, Fog," very clearly.
Simple enough, considering its size. Rise, Fog, said just like that. Okay, I think I got it. Activating the barrier is gonna be your job. Counting on you to get through things.
Of course. I'm prepared to execute my mission even at the cost of my life.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep going, you should reach the rendezvous point in 3 hours.
This is a problem. Mora's waiting at the entrance to the land of howling demons. By now, Nashitanya might be there too. It's going to be pretty hard to get past them without being noticed.
Don't talk to me. I'm thinking.
So, for now, how about just meeting them?
If that's a joke, it isn't funny. If we should cross paths, we will try to kill each other.
Well, you don't know that. We didn't.
The only reason for that is you're weirdo.
Is that an insult of sorts or a compliment? We were the only 6 heroes chosen by the Goddess of Fate. We should be able to work together to defeat the demon god.
I guarantee that will never happen.
Don't worry about it, huh? If any of us do start fighting, I'll make sure you're safe.
Adlet.
Huh?
You know what? You are a very kind person, aren't you?
Nah.
So don't point your kindness at me.
Uh-huh.
Because it makes me want to kill you.
What do you mean? Nashitanya!
Adlet, look out! She's dangerous! Get away from her!
Stop! Wait! Flamey, don't do it! Stop now! Nashitanya!
Adlet, why are you surprised? I did tell you. When we met, we would try to kill each other. Adlet, don't you point your kindness at me. Because it makes me want to kill you.
What do you mean?
Aslet, look out! She's dangerous! Get away from her!
Wait! Flamey, don't do it! Stop now! Nashitanya!
Adlet, why are you surprised? I did tell you. When we met, we would try to kill each other.
Just what the hell is going on?
Move, Adlet. Now!
No, don't shoot!
What are you...
Stop it, all of you! She is not your enemy. She's one of the 6 Braves.
Huh? What'd you just say?
Do you see that? Like I said, one of us. Not our enemy.
The mark is there.
It's the Brave's crest.
Why did you immediately attack her? Flamey is one of us.
You really think she's on our side, Adlet? That girl right there is the Brave Killer. Goldoff figured everything out, and I trust him.
They're right, both of them. Matora Wichita, Fudaka Hori, Asure Yara. I killed each and every one of them, along with other warriors who had enough potential to become Braves. Goldoff and Nashitanya, they were both potential targets as well. But you never even made it to my list.
And Ryora, too? Did you kill the Saint of the Sun, Flamey?
Ryora? No, I didn't do that. Though she was on the list of potential targets.
Stop, Adlet. Don't believe a word she says.
Why would you want to kill the potential Braves?
I want to bring back the Demon God. If I could eliminate the strongest warriors, then only the weak would remain to be chosen to fight against him.
You understand now, right, Adlet? That woman is our enemy there.
Why would you...
No matter how powerful, no one working so hard to revive the Demon God could possibly be chosen as one of the 6 Braves.
But you heard what she said.
She may have killed them, yeah. What do you say? I bet right now, you're not planning to help bring the Demon God back. So am I right? I know you have a reason. You do, don't you? Some reason to fight the Demon God you were trying to revive.
That's right.
And you believe that?
Yes, I do! I know this. Her desire to defeat the Demon God is real. Even if she was once an enemy of the Braves, she's definitely on our side now.
But you can't...
If you insist on continuing this, I'll have to side with Flamey.
Then I'll trust you. Are you happy, Adlet?
Highness?
You're not giving me a choice in this situation. Okay, Goldoff, we're going to cooperate and do as Adlet says. But you had better be careful, because I know how much you tend to believe in others.
Don't worry about it. I'm the strongest man in the whole world, right? They're not gonna kill you now. So you might want to lower your gun too, huh?
Well, for now, they might not.
Flamey, just so we're clear on this, I haven't decided whether I'm going to trust you. I'm only putting my trust in Adlet.
You're placing your life in the hands of this man? You are a naive little girl.
Well, I see you have a map of Gwenbyre too.
I've traveled far and wide, searching for the Brave Killer.
And our horses?
I'm afraid they were lost during our last fight with the fiends.
So did you talk with Lauren too?
Just a little while ago. Probably pretty soon after you did.
I guess it's settled. Mora, the Saint of Mountains, will be waiting at the rendezvous point. We should head there first.
No objection here.
Fine with me.
Flamey.
Yes, I'll go.
Hey, come on, I saved your life back there. I think maybe you could afford to thank me a little?
There's no reason for gratitude.
It looks like you've gotten kinda close to her in only 12 hours. Adlet, is Flamey such a delicate and pretty little thing that you feel like you should protect her? Don't worry, that's fine. Men really seem to like girls like her. Fragile and helpless, and then you get to be the big, strong hero, right?
Hey. So, I'm the strongest man in the whole world. The name's Adlet Meyer. Look, I get that I've kept you away from your mission. And I realize that you might not like it. But keep it to yourself, okay?
Hold it, Adlet. Just how did you win her over?
What was that? You're worried about how I'm getting along with the princess?
No, I'm not concerned.
Hey man, don't worry. I can tell you right now that it's not what you're thinking, okay? We talked about many things on our way here. The princess relies on you and trusts you a lot. Since it's your job to keep her safe and...
Naturally. I am the only one who is able to.
Yeah, right. Birds, I guess. I was wrong. Those are fiends in the air! Not good. They're carrying bombs! The Phantasmal Barrier's temple shouldn't be too much further along. Let's get moving!
Well, you're the saint of gunpowder, aren't you? Are you supplying them with their explosives?
Why would you ask that?
These freaks know we're trying to get to the temple.
Then we'll break through. Get ready!
Stay close.
They here surround.
There's no end to them!
Adlet, go now! And don't stop until you reach the temple! We'll make sure nothing's going to follow.
Right! Naturally is the strongest man in the whole world! It's my job to save us when things get bad!
Could you forget about that for even 1 second?
Is this it? There doesn't seem to be a scratch on it, even after all that bombing. What's wrong? Are you all right? Let me help you!
You have to hurry. Quickly, you must go into the temple. There's no time. Don't worry, it's all right. I'm fine. Please go now.
Okay. Wait here. Damn it. Do you have the key? No one said it would be locked. Was it disguised? That's not right. Who was it? Who activated the barrier? Who did it?
Atlas? Hope you can explain what happened. Why did you activate the barrier so soon?
It wasn't me! It was someone else who activated the barrier, and then they just vanished!
That means the four of us are...
sealed in for good.
Look, the sword's been placed in the dais! The barrier's been activated just like Private Lauren said needed to happen. I can't believe it. Who did this?
Hey, I don't have the slightest idea. I'm still trying to figure it out.
That's enough. I'm turning off the barrier. Excuse me.
The fog isn't going away.
Let me see that. The last Saint of Salt who was a brave made a barrier very similar to this one.
The last one?
Oh yeah. Manyakam saw that the enemy had been destroyed once and for all. So he pulled out the sword and used it to cut his hand. As blood dripped to the ground, he said, "Release the barrier!"
The fog is still not lifting.
Damn it!
No way! Then we can't leave? The world is lost! Now release the barrier! Release it, I command you! You have to stop!
Not a thing is happening.
Your Highness!
I will be the mistress of the barrier!
Get it together. There's no point to this random flailing. Yes, you're right, of course. Please forgive me.
So loud. What's all this fuss about? Oh! You're the big guy from before! Oh, and you're the Princess of Piana, right? You were chosen as one of the 6? Oh, a guy with a weird belt.
Who are you?
It's nice to meet you. I'm the Saint of Swamps, Chamot Rosso.
Huh?
Chamot was chosen to be one of the 6 Braves.
Come on, Chamo Rosso was a little kid? You've got to be kidding.
Who are you?
You're looking at the strongest man in the whole world. The name is Adlet Meyer. Just like you, Chamot. I'm one of the 6 Braves as well.
You mean Chamot? I am the strongest in the whole world.
Yeah, I've heard you're strong as well. For your generation, they said you were the strongest in history, at least after the Saint of a Single Flower. But that's not true anymore, 'cause now the strongest one in the whole world is me.
Oh, now I get it. You're an idiot, aren't you? Okay. Let's start by killing Flamey Speedrod.
Hold it, Flamey!
Don't be so hasty, Chamot.
Why are you getting in the way, Princess?
Hey, what the hell are you thinking, kid? Flamey is one of us!
That's a strange thing to say. Flamey is the brave killer.
You seem to be having a disagreement.
Oba, how's it going?
It's been a while, Chamot, and Princess Nashatanya. And I'm guessing the tall, silent one is Goldov. So did I get everyone? I am Mora Chester, the Saint of Mountains, and the leader of All Heaven's Temple. It's a pleasure to meet you. Chamot, is this really necessary? We've been over this.
It isn't Chamot's fault, old lady.
I'll listen to what you have to say later. For now, stay quiet.
Okay.
Listen, it would appear that we have an outsider among us.
What do you mean by that?
Seems like lots of people here. Could this be everyone? It's about time. Yeah, so many pretty girls in the Braves this go around. Makes me want to work real hard.
I only met him yesterday. This is Hans Humpty. He's one of the 6 Braves.
Meow!
See what I mean? One of us doesn't belong here.
Display your crest of 6 flowers, everyone.
There's 7 of us?
Long ago, the Saint of the Single Flower split her power into 6 pieces for those to follow. Every brave bears 1 piece of that flower. Thus, there are 6 braves. Never 5 or fewer, and certainly never 7.
Is it even possible for 7 Braves to be chosen?
No, it's not. 7 braves of the 6 flowers?
Maybe the Goddess of Fate thought 6 wasn't enough, and added another brave this time around.
Of course not.
And yet, there's 7 of us here.
What's so funny?
Oh, no need to work your brain so hard. What it means is that somebody here is a big old fake.
But why is one of us a fake? I don't get it.
There's this fake who won't admit it. If not an enemy, what pray tell would they be? Nothing else is possible.
Yes. That's the most logical explanation. One of us is an enemy. Display your crest of 6 flowers, everyone.
There's 7 of us?
Long ago, the Saint of the Single Flower split her power into 6 pieces for those to follow. Every brave bears 1 piece of that flower.
What it means is that somebody here is a big old fake. If not an enemy, what, pray tell, would they be?
One of us is an enemy. Earlier today, we were attacked here. Afterward, I went on to the temple.
Yeah. Look, it's a puppet.
Come on. Hans, I never heard your name before we met in the temple earlier. Where are you from, anyway?
Well, others shouldn't know too much.
What do you mean by that? The barrier's active, no doubt about it.
Welcome back, guys. How did it go?
I think we'll have to shut down the barrier ourselves.
I see.
Flamey, you alright?
I don't need your sympathy.
Mora, how are things looking to you now?
The Book of Divine Words says nothing of how to disable the barrier.
Well, that sucks, doesn't it?
But I do know that there are 2 ways. First of all, the one who activated the barrier can also deactivate it. Second, if they die, the barrier is disabled and we can leave the temple. Neither human nor fiend can penetrate the barrier.
Can it be activated from outside?
Impossible.
So only a human could have been responsible for this?
Yes, only a human.
So, Mora, what you're saying is that one of us is a traitor and has gone over to the demon god.
Everyone, I'm telling you that it's Flamey. If we kill her, the barrier will disappear, and everything will be fine.
No way. She's one of us, and you're not gonna hurt her. You got that?
You're a big pain, you know.
Hold on, Chamo.
Huh?
Let's introduce ourselves to each other first. To be honest, there are still some names I can't match to faces.
Meow, meow. You're bad at remembering things.
All right, if I must.
Let's tell each other what we've been doing until now.
Why would we do that?
It could give us a clue. Something to help us find the imposter, that 7th brave who should not exist.
Adlet?
I'll go ahead and start. I'm Adlet Meyer of the 6 Braves. I'm the strongest man in the whole world. I'm 18 years old, and from Wuro, the nation of the White Lakes. When I was little, I lost my family. And all by himself, the world's strongest man, me, headed here to this temple.
Strongest in the world, strongest in the world. Do you really have to keep repeating that to us?
Why is it you think describing yourself that way is helpful?
I guess this guy must think he's stronger than Chamot, huh?
It's the strongest in the world. No doubt I am the strongest in the world. In other words, that's totally me.
An idiot! He's such a huge one.
Well, someone really strange was selected as a brave.
Now, do you want to hear what happened when the barrier activated?
No, tell us later. Who's going to go next?
I don't mind being next.
I'd like to take my time listening to the bunny girl.
You, Hans, was it? This is the Crown Princess of Piena. Normally, someone like you could not even approach her.
Yeah? Well, now I'm even more interested.
Nashatanya, why don't you go?
Okay. I'm Nashatanya Lue Piana Agustra, the Crown Princess of Piana, and also the Saint of Blades.
Nashatanya was the first brave I met. Looking back, it was a strange meeting.
So after some terrible fighting, Goldoff, Flamey, and I finally defeated the fiends and headed for the temple. When we arrived, we found that the barrier had already been activated, and the entire area was surrounded by a thick fog.
You're up next, Goldoff.
Goldoff, huh? I can't imagine such a loyal man betraying the princess, but...
Goldoff Aora, the leader of Piana's Blackhorn Knights. I was carrying out a mission to find the brave killer. At the time that I acquired the crest, I was in the country of Holy Rivers. After rejoining the princess, we were on our way to meet the other braves at the fortress when we heard about the temple barrier here. After leaving the fortress to come here, we encountered Adlet and Flamey along the way. The rest is as Adlet and the princess have said.
I'm not at all happy to hear that braves are fighting among themselves. More on that later, but for now I'll go. My name is Mora Chester. I'm the leader of All Heaven's Temple and Saint of Mountains.
You mean the temple that supervises all the saints?
We only watch them to ensure that their powers are not misused. And yes, I've memorized every single name, face, and ability of all 78 saints.
When we become saints, the rule is that we go and greet Mora immediately so she can learn all she needs to know about us.
Okay, do you know Flamey?
Actually, I don't. The most likely explanation is that she's a newly created saint. But that hasn't happened for a century or so. Returning to the point. 10 years ago, I replaced the Sun Saint Riora. Since then, there have been no major problems. Though it's been a bit difficult to keep Chamo under control.
Aww.
When the demon god awoke, I was in the country of Red Peaks. When I heard of the phantasmal barrier at the fortress, I left at once. 2 days ago, I decided on a plan. I was waiting at the rendezvous point when Hans arrived by himself yesterday. Then I ran directly here when I saw the explosion.
Wait a minute, someone with your powers didn't know about the barrier?
Of course I heard of it, but was not aware of specifics. If I'd known this would happen, I'd have taken far more care when talking with all of the saints involved. Now, Chamo, your turn.
I'm Chama. I'm the Saint of Swamps. Only 14, but I'm really strong. I became a saint when I was just 7 years of age. Chama couldn't help it when she was a little too strong, so whenever I used my power, Mora would get mad at me. I entered a martial arts tournament in the Yellow Fruits country, but in the first round, I screwed up and killed my opponent.
That's a famous story that shows Chamo's strength. If it turns out that she's the 7th brave, we have a big problem.
My mom and dad got me ready for the long journey ahead, and I got a map, headed for the land of the Howling Demons, defeated some fiends on the way, and when I heard all the fuss and came here, this mysterious fog showed up out of nowhere. And when I came to the temple, Flamey was here. I was so surprised.
Wait, you know Flamey?
Yeah.
We've met. Chamot defeated me in single combat.
You mean that Chamot almost killed you?
Is she the one they all call the Brave Killer? I find that hard to credit.
Hans, get up there.
All right. My name is Hans Humpty.
Hans. He's definitely the most suspicious one in the group.
I'm employed as an assassin.
Assassin? A killer was chosen as a brave?
Anyone who can defeat the demon god can be chosen. Well, am I wrong?
How's that?
Turns out, Princess, that the world isn't as righteous a place as you think it is. A lot of so-called outstanding members in your government have asked me to assassinate someone before.
That's not true.
That's the truth. Moving on from now. When I was chosen to be a brave, I was pretty close to the land of howling demons. The first thing I did was meet with the king and negotiate how much he'd pay if I defeated the demon god. Kings are big spenders, you know, and I got a nice big advance for the job. I hid the money and came to the land of howling demons and met Mora.
You're in it for the profit?
I only kill if there's a paycheck in it. Hold on, you guys aren't working for free.
You mean the king didn't inform you of the barrier?
Well, he mentioned something about going to the fortress or temple, but I didn't think it mattered, so I just ignored him. Then Mora here said really nice things.
He met Mora without hearing about the phantasmal barrier? So why didn't the king tell him? That doesn't make sense.
Hey, you talk really weird. Why do you do that?
Now that's a good question, little one. My fighting style's based on cats, and I created it by imitating how cats move when they're hunting. You could even say that cats were my masters. So out of respect, I talk like they do in my day-to-day life.
Everyone in this group of Braves is weirder than the next.
You've got that right.
You should talk, strongest moron in the whole world.
I am not a moron!
Flamey, or whoever you are. Your turn to speak. It doesn't matter whether you want to talk. If you remain silent, it will only weaken your position.
How could things be any worse than they already are?
Hey, careful now.
Could you please remove the eye patch and covering from my head?
Is that... a horn?
I was born from the union of a fiend and a human being. "20 years ago, a group of fiends infiltrated the human world. Their goal was to create a pawn who could fight and defeat the Braves when the demon god was revived, and of course I was that pawn. My father was human. I don't know what he looked like or why he did this. Once my mother was pregnant, he was killed. I was born of a fiend mother. I was even raised by fiends. My mother's allies took humans to the land of howling demons to build a shrine to the god of gunpowder. That's where I took the mantle of the Saint of Gunpowder. I grew strong, as my mother hoped I would. And in accordance with her orders, I left the land of howling demons. My orders were to further the demon god's revival. I never had a second's doubt. Although I may have been born half-human, I consider myself to be all-fiend. I believed the demon god was a wonderful being who would protect and guide all of us.
Then why are you here? Why turn your back on the demon god?
Even if I told you, I don't think you'd believe me.
We certainly won't have the chance to decide if you don't tell us. Don't forget, you're the one under the most suspicion.
Wait, Mora! Didn't you say before that only a human could activate the barrier?
Yes, that is what I said.
Well, if that's the case then, wouldn't it be impossible for a half-fiend like Flamey to activate it?
No, moron. I think she could do it without any problems.
Yeah, why?
Did you know this temple has countermeasures that keep the fiends from getting inside?
The Saint of Salt's pillars, right?
Yet Flamey just waltzed in here with everyone else.
But that doesn't mean...
Yes, it does. She can do things impossible for a human and things that are impossible for a fiend. Right? Isn't that the reason you were created?
Yes, that is correct.
Flamey, don't!
There's no point in lying. But then again, I didn't activate the barrier. Why are you all so certain what Mara said is really true?
Why would I have lied?
From my perspective, you are simply another suspect. There's no guarantee that what anyone here says is true.
She's right. We knew who Mora was, so I never doubted her. But...
The commander at the fortress is the one who told me about the barrier.
I heard all about the barrier a long time ago.
You mustn't forget that someone's lying. Without the facts, we have no idea who it is.
So, any one of us could be the
Right
seventh.
now, Chalmont thinks you're the most suspicious
If I'm not careful,
one.
they'll start to suspect me too. But now what's more important is dispelling the suspicion concerning Flamey.
I am not responsible for this. That is all I can say to you at this time.
You're all so stupid and really boring. Flamey is the 7th Brave, and she activated the barrier. No doubt about it. All we have to do is kill Flamey and we're free!
Alright, that's enough!
What? Do you think we should torture her then?
What torture?
Chamo, no!
Chalmont hasn't really tortured anyone, but she'd be good at it.
Don't waste your time. I don't think Flamey's the 7th. There's no point in hurting her.
What are you saying, Catboy? Chalmont is confused.
If she's the 7th, then why is Adlet still alive?
What?
Once we all gathered, it was clear that there was a fake in our midst. For the 7th, the worst possible situation. On the other hand, Flamey is known far and wide as the Brave Killer. She was putting herself in danger just by showing up.
I guess that makes sense.
The fake would need to stop the 7 Braves from gathering, no matter what. And from what I've heard, she had plenty of chances to kill Adlet before the temple was reached.
Even though I'm stronger?
Plenty of chances.
Flamey!
Adlet had his back to me for nearly the entire time it took for us to get here.
Is that a fact?
You put yourself in front of the Brave Killer?
Yeah, I knew she wouldn't do anything to hurt me.
There you have it. Flamey didn't kill him, even though she had every opportunity. So if she is the 7th, what could she be trying to accomplish?
Good point. If she really is our enemy, that makes no sense.
That may be so, but can we really be sure?
That was close. But I never thought that my actions would be what cleared her.
Listen, I can still torture her, right?
No! Weren't you listening to me?
I'm getting sick of people treating me like a little kid. Chamot is one of the 6 Braves.
All right then. What do we do?
Princess!
Oh, I'm fine. I just got a little dizzy for a moment.
Don't push yourself. Rest now.
Right.
Adlet. In as much detail as possible, can you tell us what happened when the barrier activated?
I can try. There was a woman on the ground when I got to the temple. She was actually a monkey fiend passing as a human.
A mutating fiend? Perfect. If I make her talk.
Chamot killed it already. It ran toward me, so I got it out of the way.
And we lost our chance to get any information.
Fiends are surprisingly loyal creatures. They would never talk, even if you threatened them with death.
So I went up to the temple door as the monkey fiend instructed. It was locked, so I blew the door open. It was surprisingly easy.
And here I had the key the entire time. I'm sure Private Lauren never anticipated such bizarre circumstances.
Once the door was open, these weird things came out and attacked me.
Guards created by the Saint of Seals. They attack those who open the door and don't follow proper procedure.
At least now I know why they seem to have it in for me. It was really well protected, wasn't it?
The King of the Iron Hills is a very secretive man. He wanted to prevent misuse.
It's being misused right now, though.
What about after that?
Oh yeah. When I opened the door, the barrier had already been activated. Matter of fact, I think it was activated almost immediately after. When I went inside, the sword was already embedded in the dais.
Is it at all possible the barrier had been activated before you opened the door, Adlet?
Probably. However, there was no sign of anyone. The temple had no one here when I arrived. Are you better now?
Yes. Sorry for making you worry like that. I hope you won't think I'm unreliable after what happened earlier. I merely got a little upset, that's all it was.
Yeah. Don't worry, I understand. It'd be more like you to play a trick than to be discouraged by something like this.
Really? What kind of a person do you think I am, anyway?
Adlet, sure you aren't misremembering anything?
I don't think so, why?
Because now's your chance to fix it. After this, there won't be any takebacks, so are you sure you've told us the complete truth?
Yes.
When you came inside, the sword was already in the dais. You're sure about that, right?
Yes, I just said I was! You want me to sing it for you?
I'm an assassin by trade. Basically, that means I'm skilled at sneaking in and out of places unnoticed.
Could we skip the obvious and get on with it?
The point is that people in my line of work fear the Saint of Seals more than anything else. The Saint made strange doors all over this temple to stop folks like me. Either they won't open, you're trapped once they close, or iron bars descend when you open them. They've caused me all kinds of trouble. I know a lot about the Seal Saint's doors.
Well, we're waiting. What? What is he thinking?
This door is particularly strange. It's incredibly strong, but once it opens, it won't close again no matter how hard one tries.
How's that possible?
I'm the one who should be asking you that, Adlet. It doesn't make any sense. When you came here, the door was shut, and the barrier activated around the same time you broke the door. How did the one who activated the barrier get inside the temple in the first place?
What do you mean? There must be all kinds of ways to get in here.
You're not listening. Before you destroyed the door, entering this temple was an utter impossibility. No way, none at all. It could not be done.
You can't seriously mean that Adlet...
Hold on! You know I wouldn't do that! How did they get in?
Adlet, you'd better think hard or you're gonna die here. Once the door's been opened, it will not close. And there are no other entrances. You might use fiends, but thanks to the Salt Saint's pillars, they couldn't approach the temple even if they wanted. We call this type of situation, in which you can't get in or out, a locked room. From what you've told us, there's only one person who could have started the barrier. Adlet Meyer. That person would be you.
Hold on! You know I wouldn't do that! How did they get in?
Adlet, you'd better think hard or you're gonna die here. Once the door's been opened, it will not close. There are no other entrances. And from what you've told us, there's only one person who could have started the barrier. Adlet Meyer. That person would be you.
Somehow, there's gotta be another way in. They could have dug a hole. Like, right here. Yeah, a hole into the room. Move a stone in the floor to sneak in, and then activate the barrier. That's it! When I destroyed the door, they escaped through the hole and filled it in. Could have happened that way.
Yeah, but how could they have done all that so fast?
Well, maybe one of the saints has that special ability.
Unfortunately, what you're talking about is not possible. Since the seal affects this entire building, your argument makes no sense.
The entire building?
The temple is set up in such a way that if someone breaks the seal anywhere in the building and enters, there's no way to hide that fact. Think of it this way. It's similar to sealing an envelope. No matter how securely sealed the flap is, it could still be torn open elsewhere, so that's essentially useless. And remember, this particular seal applies to the entire building. It's not just a matter of opening the door. That would break the seal. For example, if an attacker broke through the wall or ceiling, or came up through the floor, the seal would be breached, and could not then be restored.
So what about it? That only says I opened the door sometime after the intruder.
There is evidence to the contrary. The symbols inside their armor activate the guards. They would only attack the first person who came through the door wrongly. If someone had broken through the floor or wall before you got there, they would not have attacked you since the others were first.
There are other saints! They could have opened the door or entered the temple anywhere. There must be some saint with the power to do that!
No, there is not. There are one or two who might be able to force it open, but there is nobody with the power to restore it to the state it was in when built.
Then there must be a saint you don't know about. There could have been another saint like Flamey, who was raised elsewhere as a fiend.
There's not one. My mother always told me I was the only one arising from the union between a fiend and a human.
But what about if that wasn't even your mom at all? She could have been just another fiend saying that.
A normal fiend cannot bear a human child. It's impossible. After much planning and time spent, my mother was deliberately engineered for that unique ability. There are no others like her.
Now stop, Hans and Chamo! It's too early to judge him.
I don't understand any of this. What are you all trying to say?
I'll tell you, Princess. It's likely that Adlet here is the seventh.
That can't be! I don't believe it! Adlet's one person I know couldn't be against us.
Oh, yeah, but no one came into this area before he did, so can you explain what went on? Who exactly was it then that activated the barrier, since no one else was in before him?
There's no way it could be Adlet, so stop saying things like that!
I see you're quite the player, aren't you, Adlet? You'd better hurry and put an end to all of our doubts.
It's interesting how our positions have changed so fast.
What on earth are you talking about? A minute ago he was covering for you! I can't see why you won't try to assist him!
Well, I won't. And I'm not going to save him either.
Flamey, no!
Stop it, all of you! The one who did it opened the door and stepped inside. Then they quickly took the door off, and made a new one so they could seal the temple up once again. Then what they did next was hide inside out of sight. And later, when I arrived there at the front, that's when the barrier was activated. They opened the door to slip out. It would have been so easy for them to escape. Do you see now? They were able to get in and out.
Then you're saying the Saint of Seals is an accomplice in this?
Maybe. It's not out of the question.
That was a good one. Except that the last Saint of Seals put up this building. The current one is quite inexperienced and wouldn't be able to make a seal as complicated as this one.
So what? It could have been the last Saint of Seals that made it.
But the last one died 4 years ago, so not likely. Nice try, though, Adlet.
You know you're the 7th! Admit it! Everything you're saying right now is just a lie!
I'm sorry to say he's right, Adlet. What Hans is telling us is the absolute truth.
They have to be lying. This doesn't make any kind of sense.
This is a trap. Those two are just trying to set me up. Believe me, Nasha Tanya.
Well, what do we do now? I think it's time we hear everyone's thoughts about this.
Thoughts about what?
Naturally, I think that Adlet has to be the one who's the culprit. So I say we should kill him right now.
Kill him? There is absolutely no way I'd ever agree with killing Adlet.
Princess, please try to settle down.
How can I calm down when you're just standing there? Why on earth aren't you doing something to try and help him?
Not why I'm here.
What about the rest of you?
Chamo doesn't get why she yells so much. Chamo thinks Flamey's interesting. But right now, I think that we should go ahead and torture Adlet.
From my viewpoint, I'd say Hans is the one who's correct. However, before we kill Adlet, we need more information. So, Flamey?
I don't have an opinion. You should all do whatever you wish to.
But Flamey...
Very well, then. It's your turn, Goldov.
Goldov, please tell me that you understand. Adlet is not our enemy here.
My princess. What I think is that... he dies!
Goldov!
No one move! The first poison needle will only knock her out, but the second one will end her life.
Stop it! Adlet!
You understand you're digging your own grave, don't you?
Yeah? Well, I admit I didn't expect that.
Now get out of the way!
So sorry, you know I really don't feel like doing that. I actually want to do the opposite of what you say.
Leave it to Chamo.
Wait, Chamo.
Huh?
Your power is certain to kill Flamey as well.
Who said that you're the one who's in charge here? Your choice, Hans! Get out of the way or don't!
Choices, choices.
After him!
Damn it. How is anybody ever gonna believe me now after all that? But there was no other way. I had no choice. Did I really, actually lose them? Okay. You've got to take the dagger out and stop the bleeding. The poison you injected Flamey with will wear off soon, too. So get the next needle. Easy. If you pass out, it's over. They're going to chase you again. After all, you're the strongest man in the whole world, remember?
It's nightfall. We're going to stop here. It's dangerous to go further. We don't know what other kind of tricks Adlet might have up his sleeve.
But nighttime is my specialty. The advantage is all mine, and he's going to kill Flamey if he hasn't already.
Your crest. Please show it to me, Hans.
Huh? What for?
It looks like Flamey is still alive. At least that means Adlet recognizes her value as a hostage. I don't think we'll have to worry about her life for now.
How could you tell that?
Take a look at your crest. There are 6 petals on it, right? If one of the 6 braves were to die, a petal would disappear. That's the indication whether our comrades are dead or alive.
I had no idea.
Let's head back to the temple now.
I'll be right behind you.
There's Mora.
Were you able to catch up with him, Chamo?
No, I lost him. He's a lot faster than I thought. I tried for a while and he disappeared.
And for us as well. He moved fast even while wounded. Stay alert. We'll get back to the search in the morning.
Why'd you do it? Adlet, I just don't understand at all.
Adlet! Hey, Adlet! Come at me!
Here I am!
How could you lose to me again? Pathetic. You need to be stronger than this. At this rate, you couldn't beat my mom. Imagine what would happen with a fiend fighting.
Hey, how about we invite your mom to join us in the Defense Force?
The Defense Force is you and me forever, right?
Come on. How can we have a defense force in a village like this? All Reiner ever wants to do whenever we're together is practice for the defense force, you know?
It's natural for a boy to want to play like that. And it wouldn't hurt you to put a little into your program.
Nah, I really like picking mushrooms a lot more. That smells so good!
It'll be done in just a second. Shall we eat together?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it you have come here?
I heard that if you teach me, then I can become much stronger.
If you want to be strong, you need to join the Knights or a mercenary band.
But then I'd never become the strongest man in the whole world.
Strongest man in the whole world.
Yes, sir. I can defeat the fiends if I'm the strongest one.
Why is it you wish to be strong?
I have to become the strongest man there is, to get back what they stole.
That which is already gone cannot return. Go now, and simply live your life.
No, I won't! Please tell me, why am I alive when they're not? If I'm not the strongest man, and I can't defeat the demon god, if I can't ever fight against the fiends, why do I deserve to be alive? Why am I even here?
You smile, boy! You smile if you want to be the strongest! He who can smile when all he wants to do is run, or when it's so painful that he can't wait to die. He is the only one who can become stronger. Now show me your smile! Now smile! Smile more now! Despair should make you laugh!
You're awake.
I assume it was you who patched me up?
It was. You're lucky nothing vital was hit in the attack. If you rest, eventually you'll be able to move.
Why would you do that for me?
Because I'm 99% sure that you're the 7th, like the others said. However, not 100% certain you are. So I need to ensure I'm ready for that remaining 1% just in case.
And here I thought you'd taken pity on me because of my mortal wound.
Stop acting like such a child.
I am one of the Braves. I'm here to fight the demon god. That's the only reason.
I still don't trust you.
Are you very cold?
No, I'm not.
Hold on. I can start a fire. This wood is damp.
Burn it now.
That's pretty good. Could you defeat an enemy using this fire without resorting to a gun or bullets?
I'm afraid it's a bit more complicated than that.
It's really cold compared to this morning. Maybe from the fog or because it's nighttime?
It's the temple.
The temple? Is it the salt barrier?
Yes, the barrier keeps fiends out. Because I am human, I was able to get in, but I'm also part fiend, so it did hurt some.
I'm sorry, Flamey.
Don't waste your sympathy. It's really not that big a deal. I've had to go through far more powerful barriers to kill many strong warriors prior to this.
Understood. So it's just not a possibility for a fiend to ever enter?
No chance of that at all. The fiend that tricked you outside of the temple should never have been inside the pillar area.
Yeah. It's not much of an excuse. But I've no idea how anyone could have entered the temple before me. It makes no sense.
Yes, it does. If you were the first one to go in there.
You believe that what Hans said is right? That there was no way for anyone to get in there before me?
I'm not as knowledgeable as he is, but I think he's actually correct on this point. And Mara also agrees with him on this matter. There was absolutely no way that anyone could have entered the temple before you.
I see. Well, what if it was you, Hans, and Mora all conspiring in a lie?
That would mean there would only be 4 and not 6 Braves.
Logically, Mora or Hans could have done it as well.
Regardless of that, unless you can show everyone that it wasn't you who did it, you'll still be the prime suspect.
Why don't we go over it again? First off, let's cover whether any of the 6 besides myself could have activated the barrier. When I opened the door, the barrier was activated simultaneously. At that time, you, Nashitanya, and Goldoff were all outside fighting the fiends. Meanwhile, Mora and Hans were making their way toward the temple.
What about Chama?
I don't know where she was. What about her power? Could it have helped her gain entrance to the temple?
Hardly. Chamot is powerful, but I don't know that she could pull that off. Although she could blast a hole in the ground. But not fill it up fast enough to cover her tracks. And if she tunneled her way in, it would definitely break the seal.
That's right, you fought Chamot before, didn't you?
Yes.
Then there are 2 enemies in our group we'll have to deal with.
How?
One was among the 7 that gathered at the temple, while the other snuck into the temple and activated the barrier first. Let's just say that the fake in our group would be the 7th, and the other one who activated the barrier would be the 8th. I bet they're working with the fiends as well. Next, the fiends dropped bombs on the temple to lure the Braves there, and then made their attack so they could make sure we were kept away and not together. A thorough strategy that would ensure their total success.
Then what would the 7th be for? If all they wanted was to seal us in, then what need was there for having a 7th?
Listen! Without a 7th in place, they can't try to frame me as the 7th Brave! The plan's not as simple as merely sealing us in here. It's also to set me up as the 7th, and then kill the strongest man in the whole world!
That was never a consideration because I was fully convinced all along you were the 7th one.
I don't understand why you don't believe me after all this.
What makes you think I would suddenly believe you?
Anyway, we can put off the 7th for now. It's the 8th who should be our top priority.
Can you find the 8th? You'll be by yourself.
Can I do it? All alone? With the other 5 chasing me, I don't know if I can find the 8th. Flamey, would you be willing to help me out here?
Thanks, no.
Why not?
I suspect you're the one, so I'm not helping. No chance.
Yeah, well maybe I am.
You are a strange one. The situation is dire, and yet you're smiling.
Of course I am. I'm smiling because I'm still the strongest man in the whole world. No matter how sad I may be or how bad it might feel, I'll never let a situation get to me.
Laugh at despair here from now on!
I can't wait for tomorrow to be here. That's when I'm gonna be able to destroy the enemy's plan. I can finally prove that I am innocent and show them all that I'm the strongest man in the whole world. I can't wait for the sunrise to get here.
You're deluded.
Oh no, I'm determined. I don't know who the 8th is, and I have no idea how I'm going to escape from the other Braves. But if you can't smile anymore, it's all over. So I'm gonna smile, and I'm never ever going to give up!
Tell me, Atlet.
Huh?
Why? To exist as one of the Braves, why did you want that?
Is that the first time that Flamey has shown interest in someone other than herself?